we can't go outside today because it is so windy and it's not very cold, but it is really windy this afternoon. I had anticipated getting outside and getting to clear out some of my flower beds, maybe do a little burning, but it is so windy out there that those things are out of the question. But I did have a couple things here in the garage that I needed to work on, so I've decided to show you what I'm working on. This today is, I want to show you a coleus cutting. I have this coleus that I had bought, and I'm not going to show you what the brand is because I don't want to get any of us in trouble. But it's a pretty reputable brand, and I had bought this coleus last year in the fall for a fall planter, and it never got put in the ground. And so I brought it inside, and early in the season, late fall, it's not even out of its nursery planter, nursery can. I've been fertilizing it periodically, watering it. It's just been sitting in my dining room, and it wasn't out in the greenhouse, wasn't in a sunny window. It was actually rather neglected. So what I've been doing throughout the winter is I've been taking cuttings off this plant. So, so right here, here's the original plant, and I have to show you these cuttings I just took the other day. So basically what I do is, and I'm going to show you because super simple, I just come in, I got some scissors right here, I just come into my leaf or my stem, and I go back a ways where I think that it's going to give me a long enough stem to get down in the water, and then I just trim it usually right above the start of a leaf. I don't know if you can see this, but let me see if I can get it a little bit closer for you. So see right there, I don't know, I cut it right there, and there's two leaves right beneath it, so that can shoot off another branch and it can fill in where I cut this off. Then I can just go ahead and I come in and I take off all the bottom leaves. Super simple. Trash them. And then I take this cutting and I stick it in the water. And this is just a drinking cup. Nothing fancy. Make sure that the end is down in the water. And I put this in my dining room window, which is a north-facing window. Not a super ton of sunlight in it. And in about 2 weeks, we'll have roots on these cuttings. I'm going to show you one that I had in my window. This one is probably, these are over needing to be planted. I probably would say these have been in my window a month. So I'm going to pull one of these out here because today what I need to do is have some recycled nursery cans here, and I'm going to pot these up in soil. Just regular old potting soil, nothing special. But I'm going to pull one of these out of here, and I want to show you. And coleus are just the easiest things to root. So look at, they're all like a big huge ball of roots. There's just a ton of roots in here. So this, what was in this little dish of water is 3 cuttings. And it's funny too because I want to see, I'm going to come a little closer. So let me see if I can get this close enough so you guys can see. So I have the 3 cuttings here, and hopefully that's going to focus for you. Hopefully I can get that. 3 cuttings, and if you'll look at the bottom, look at all the new leaves that are coming on those. So I will just take and separate all 3 of these out. So there's our first cutting. We'll pop that one back in there till we're ready. Number 2 and number 3. Super simple. Then what I'm going to do is I take these and just set that one right there and this one right there. Very, very simple. I take a nursery can, nothing exciting about it, And then I take this soil I've kind of pre-moistened, so it's pretty, like if I hold it, it'll clump together. So I threw it in this Tupperware, because this is what I use in the garage to help with the mess, but it doesn't help. So it's pre-moistened. It's not dripping water, but it's not dry and crumbling apart either. So I just go ahead and fill my nursery can. About, I don't know, 3/4 of the way. I take my new plant, I pop him down in there, and I'm probably going to go ahead and cover up these bottom leaves. I'm going to go ahead, these new leaves that are coming on here, I'm just going to go ahead and clip those off. I could cover them up in the nursery can, but I'm going to pop them off right there. And then I just go ahead and I go back in and I fill the rest of the nursery can up. Straighten up my stem. And there it is. Brand new coleus. So, and then I've got some water right here. Don't mind it's my jug of choice is the old milk jugs. And then I'll just water it right in. I'll come back and give this fertilizer every, I don't know, I try to go on Fridays because it remembers it. I remember in my head to like for fertilizer Friday. Some people have Taco Tuesday. We have fertilizer Friday around here. So then I'll come out and I'll try to fertilize all my plants underneath the lights. So that is one. And I'll just set that out here underneath the grow light. Well, I'll just set it right here for right now. But I want to show you a couple. So these are some of the ones I've done this winter. So don't mind the leaves on the bottom, but that's a pretty healthy looking coleus, if I do say so myself. So I've got, there's no like, I probably just took a cutting once a month, and then I'd pot them up and take a new cutting and put it in the window. You know, there was no scientific length of time, anything like that. I actually feel like I was rather neglectful of all these plants. So if that helps, you know, so be it. But I definitely did not give these plants as much attention as they need. So I have, let's see how many I have up here. I've got 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 that I've got started that I started this winter. And then I will tell you though, if you look here, these are the ones that's been out underneath the grow light. And then this is the plant that was pretty neglected inside, and you'll see the difference in the color. Get them potted up. I'm going to set these cuttings aside because we're going to take them back in and put them in the window. Can't remember which light was under, which one was under which light. Alright, so I've got just a couple more cans here. So I'm just going to fill these up. Take this one I'll just plant whole. I'm not even going to take off these little new leaves that are coming out down here. I put them all nice down into the, if you guys can see that. I put them nice and down into the nursery can, and then I just cover them up, snug them in, give them a drink, and they're good to go. So we will have a nice batch of coleus for this year. Coleus is fairly easy to root. It roots really easy in water. And then I've done some rooted cuttings where so coleus is pretty easy to root. Like I said, put it in water, leave it, neglect it. I also did some cuttings where I had dipped them in a rooting hormone and put them in a seed tray and put them on the heat mat. and those rooted fabulously too. So very simple, easy method to multiply your rootstock on coleus. So that's what we've got today. I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this coleus that was my initial plant, and I'm going to pot it up into a bigger pot. I think my best bet is going to be able to be put it into a 1 gallon, because it's going to be pretty root bound when we pull it out of here. It's actually not bad at all. Wow. I am so surprised. Like, that is not even that many roots. Huh. I thought it was going to be, I've neglected it so much that I really thought it was going to be totally root bound to the initial nursery can. So, that's interesting. I'm going to reach down here and I'm going to grab us, I think what I'm going to use. This is a gallon. So, I'm going to fill this up part way. And then we're just going to take this, pot it down in there. Make sure our neck of the plant is above the edge of the nursery pot. And then just fill the rest of the pot up with soil. Pack it down nice and tight, and he should be good to go. So that way we'll take him out when we pot up wherever we're going to put these in the garden. He'll go out in the garden this spring. So there, a nice new home for him. I was feeling like I had really neglected him this winter, but apparently he liked it. So I am going to put my tag back in there so I can remember what I did. Anyways, I hope this really helps. I will say that if you get to a point in the winter or the fall, coleus are really a very, we plant them all year round, but it seems like they make their way into fall pots a lot because of their color. And, you know, if you have one out in the yard that you really love, we're in zone 7A, 6B, I don't know if it goes back and forth, and coleus will die here. They are hardy pink. I think they're like a zone 9. Hardy to zone 9. I'm not going to say. Oh yeah, annual in zone, annual, they consider it annual except in zones 10A through 11B. It's hardy to 35 degrees, so it's not going to make it into November here, but right before our last frost, I went out and this was sitting outside. I just brought it inside, set it in the dining room, and started taking cuttings off of it. So I hope that helps, and hopes it saves you some money. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If you have any questions, please just go ahead and put them down below, and I'll answer them the best I can. Thank you so much, and if you like my video, please subscribe. And I'm looking forward to more videos and some garden tours. Thanks so much.